Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he's not sure a Ukraine-US-Russia meeting would give new results, as the US is offering a potential new format for peace talks between the two countries. Zelensky saying that the United States must apply a bit more pressure on the Russians to end the war in Ukraine, as diplomats are converging on Miami for fresh talks between Kyiv and Moscow. Now, this comes as Russia claims to have gained more ground in Ukraine as the war is inching closer to a 4-year mark in February next year. Let's now bring in retired Major General David Fraser, CTV News military analyst in the conversation. Sir, good evening and thanks for your time.
Okay, good to be with you.
So we are learning more details that there will be a face-to-face opportunity for Ukraine and Russia to sit down in the U.S. This is coming after a while, meeting happening in Miami. What are your hopes with this round, sir, and what will you be watching out for?
Well, first of all, I mean, there's so much to unpack with this. Will Putin come, to meet Zelensky, or will this be with first ministers? If it's with first ministers, it will certainly not have the same impact, but it also indicates that the United States is pulling away to a certain degree, that they're now just going to let the two combatants get at it. And right now, politically, Putin has the upper hand. And also, Ukraine has also not got a lot of support from the United States. So not having that presidential push is going to make these talks hard.
What we're understanding and learning, sir, is that these are delegations that are meeting. I think heads of state are not going to be present this time. But we're also learning that a European team may be in the mix. So how complicated is that going to be? Because we know that Europe and US are not really on the same page on how this war should end.
After the national security strategy document that came out, it was very much, United States pulling away. But at the same time, this is what Trump wants. Trump wants the European Union and Europe to put more emphasis on their own defense. And so I think in many ways, having them in the mix is what ultimately Trump wants. It does complicate the discussions because that's not what Putin wants. So we're adding a third group and multiple groups that's going to make it more complicated. But at the same time, it's still quite uncertain where the United States is because they're so transactional. What they say yesterday is not what they're going to say tomorrow.
And this weekend, sir, Russia's president claims that they have made further gains in Sumy and Donetsk, eastern part of Ukraine, on the battlefield. Is it correct to say, you also said that a little bit ago politically, but is it correct to say that they have the upper hand in the battle still?
Yeah, unfortunately, Akshay, you've hit the nail on the head. On the ground, Russia continues to, take away terrain from Ukraine, and also their ability to produce, UAVs and munitions is ramping up, and this is becoming now a battle of economies. And the Russian economy is getting stronger, whereas the Ukrainians are looking for how do they support a war that's going into the 4th year. It's hard for Ukraine.
Okay, we'll leave it at that for tonight then. Retired Major General David Fraser, CTV military analyst, always a pleasure. Thank you for your time.
Akshay, thank you.